This is a short 3 or 4 minute video that's going to give you an overview on how to make a reservation within RezSystem. So the first place you're going to start is in this black navigation bar across the top. Now you might only have 3 buttons here, but you have the ability to add a 4th button, and in this case we did. And this is just what we call our quick book button, and you can rename any one of these buttons if you want. Now if I click the quick book, it's going to bring me immediately into that activity, but if I choose my other add reservation book button here, it's going to open up, and again it's going to bring me to my activity picker. Now you might not have 3 of these, you might only have 1, but it just depends on what type of information and if you have resellers and groups within your system. So I'm going to go ahead and select a cruise, I'm going to go ahead and select a jet boat adventure, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to choose the tickets that are part of this, and then a date and time. So I'm just going to go ahead and choose May 31st, 9 a.m. Now it's going to walk me through the booking process, and that's this little blue navigation bar here. Now again, some of this you might not have in your system. If you don't sell any extras, meaning cross-selling something, or have questions that need to be answered by the attendees, you're going to jump right from tickets to basket review. But in this case, we did set up extras and we set up some checkout questions. So I'm going to go ahead and fill out some basic information here and put in my passengers' names. And then I'm going to hit proceed, and it's going to then bring me to my basket review, which is going to show me my grand total. Now, if you have taxes and fees or anything else that would be added in here, those would be additional line items. Now, at this point, you can hit proceed and put in the customer information, or you've got some options over here on the right-hand side. I could add a promotion code, which would provide me a discount. I can do an adjustment, or I can even add another booking if I want and go back and add another booking to this reservation for this customer. But I'm going to show you just how adjustments work. Now, if you don't have any adjustments set up in your system, it's really easy. You can watch another video on it, but simply just go to Setup and Adjustments and you'll see these. But this is just a basic list, and you can basically prepay or kind of pre-build these for your customers to go ahead and see. Now, I'm just going to add a $10 gratuity in this case, and I can put a little note in here if I want. Note goes here, and click add to order, and what you're going to see is this basically shows up as a line item for my guests. So I can see I have $165 in tickets, I have a total of $10 in surcharges, and again it's just a note goes here, and again whatever you print shows on here. Now the next step when I hit proceed brings me to the customer information, and I'm going to go ahead and fill in my basic customer information. I'm going to agree to my terms and conditions, and then the last step here is going to be payment. Now internally, you have lots of choices. I can set this up so for your consumer side, when your customer comes to your website and makes a booking, they obviously have to pay with a credit card or a voucher, but you have choices. And so we can create additional forms of payment for you here that fit with your business. So if you take cash or checks, you can have that. If you actually invoice customers, we can create a payment type in here called invoice. But I'm just going to go ahead and use my fake credit card, and I'm going to put that in, and I'm going to go ahead and process that in the system. Now if I wanted to, I could also add a little note, and that note will then be added to the reservation as well, and if I choose to, I can have that included with my attendee report. Now I'm going to go ahead and hit complete order. It's going to process in real time, and it's going to come back to me with a reservation that's going to say paid in full. And so at the end of this, here's my order number 229. The customer's name is Aaron Rogers. We can see that this order has been paid in full, and we can see that there was my order surcharge that was added here as well. So the most common way to make a reservation is to come in and click on this black navigation bar. Now there is one other way as well. Right from the calendar, you can choose any one of your tours or activities that you have listed, and if you right click on it, it's going to give you a choice. You can click view slot or add order. And if I click add order, it brings me immediately into that activity, and here are my my tickets that are available for that as well. So there's 2 very quick ways to go ahead and make reservations using RezSystem.